Hello and welcome to the Work in Progress podcast. I am your host, Colleta Macharia, and I am a life coach and author of the book, How to Design Your Career Game Plan. I would like us to start by doing a role play here. Imagine your colleague is preparing to make a presentation to the board, and he has run the presentation by you for your critique. Now, how do you give your critique in a manner that is graceful and that is helpful for them? I want to say here that giving grace does not mean giving blanket affirmations. For example, oh, you're the best, and then leaving it at that. Actually, beware when people tell you you are the best, because in a way, that can close the door to the largest room in the world, which is the room for improvement, while opening the door to the fixed mindset. A fixed mindset sees critique as a personal attack, whereas a growth mindset welcomes it and actually appreciates opportunities for improvement. So then, how do we give this critique? Here is one method that I find really effective in giving critique in a manner that also gives grace to the person receiving it. And as you may have guessed already, it is an acronym, which spells, you guessed it, grace. All right? So, first step is get real. Okay? Get real means we don't beat about the bush. These people have asked you for your help. And so it should make it easier to give the critique. Now, when it is unsolicited and you still want to be helpful, what I suggest is to just let the person know that you have critique for them and would they be interested in hearing it. If they say no, respect that and move on. Okay. The next thing is relate the critique to the situation at hand. This is not the time to start thinking about, how they performed 2 years ago or the challenges they had before, but it is time to give input for the situation that you have been requested. I would say that you only bring in past performances if they have a direct correlation to the current one and if you figure that it's going to be helpful to mention that. All right. Third thing you do is affirm the positive, affirm the good, because no matter how bad a situation is, there will be something good. And if you really look for it, you will find it. So take some time to just appreciate and affirm the person for the good bits. Next thing you do is that you critique, you offer your critique. And here, I want to say, go ahead and point out what they didn't do well. And if this is a person that you have already built trust with, you already have a rapport, and you know that they are capable of taking a hard punch, then give it to them. Okay? Work at their level so that if this is a colleague that you know is capable and they have brought you a presentation that is mediocre, don't let them get away with it. Challenge them respectfully, all right? You will be doing them a favor. In fact, I would say that it would be unkind to let them get away with a mediocre presentation. So be honest with them, of course, respectfully so, and help them to see where the mistakes are and what they need to improve. Remember, an open rebuke is better than hidden love. But if you know or discern that this person is not at that level where they can take critique, then you will need to deliver the punch softly, all right? Being wise as a serpent, yet tender-hearted as a dove. And finally, encourage the person. We all need a little encouragement every now and again. And so as you're offering your critique, it helps to leave the person whom you're giving this critique to with some encouragement. Even if you will just tell them that every expert was once a novice, that's good. Or something like Rome was not built in a day, that is still an encouragement. So remember to leave them with hope. Encourage them around their potential and the opportunities to optimize it. So there it is, grace in action, and literally so. Remember, it takes quite some courage for a person to put themselves out there, and it takes even more courage for them to solicit feedback. Therefore, remember to wrap that iron fist with a velvet glove when giving your critique. There is a line in the movie Mr. Bones that summarizes offering critique with grace in a very beautiful way. Attack like a lion, but be gentle like a duuka. Have a grace-filled week and see you on the next episode. The Work in Progress podcast is brought to you by Cogent Afrique. Visit www.cogentafrique.com to check out learning and development opportunities for you, your team, organization, and family.